Hello and welcome to Heroic Uldir Raid Guide featuring my Resto Druid. Now the next boss is Zek'voz and I don't mind this fight, quite like it to be honest. I like it more than Vectis anyway. So let's give this a go. Let's see how we fare. There's quite a few changes compared to normal, but I will explain them as usual. And the first thing is the tank's health. You want to be watching their health very closely. I had started using the Cenarian ward from this fight onwards. So you've got your Cenarian, I think it's called Cenarian ward? Anyway, the ward that you can put on the tank that heals them for like a certain amount of health over time when they get damaged. That's a good one. So use that on the tank, and obviously you've got your Iron Bark. I really don't sound like I know what I'm talking about, do I? So you've got those for the tanks. You want to watch out for the Surging Darkness. You want to move to the safe zones, and it is different in Heroic. It will be slightly harder. Spread out when he's about to do I-beam, because if you get hit by I-beam and you're standing with other people, everyone gets damaged. Then you've got the Silithid Warriors. They will come, so everyone needs to stack, AoE them down. As you can see, I popped my Tree of Life. You've got your instant regrowth. All your healing is increased by 15%, I want to say. Wild growth. Make sure you use as much healing as possible while you've got your Tree of Life up, because like I said, your regrowth is insta-cast, so you can just pop that. I think everything's reduced mana as well, so just pop some rejuvenations on everyone as well, and your wild growth.
3, 2, 1.
Surging Darkness again. Just be wary, because sometimes you do get the Silithid Warriors at the same time, as you can see here. Can get a bit tricky. Just make sure you get to the safe zones. As a healer, just watch out for people who are not able to move out of the Surging Darkness, because the Silithid Warriors do give a 50% movement speed decrease, debuff, so that can stop people from moving out. So be careful. As you can see, one of the tank's health is almost gone. Will he survive? Yes, he will survive. So I popped my Tranquility. Then I hit up some more hots on people, including wild growth. Then I popped my Flourish to extend all those heal over times for an extra however many seconds it extends it for, but that's a good one. I've been doing that a lot on these bosses. So then you get the 3 ads, the Voidweavers. You want to get some people in the group to CC them, kill one of them with the boss at the front. As soon, oh goodness me, rolling to see, oh my goodness, run to the edge of the room. It's very hard to heal when you're supposed to be running away. Everyone's out of my line of sight. So as soon as you get that rolling to seat buff, just run out. You don't want one of them in the middle, because if somebody walks into that, you will get a Guardian of Yogg-Saron spawn, and he does a lot of damage, and it's really annoying because you've already got all these ads to deal with and you don't want another one. It's a pain in the bum. So you want to kill the ads one by one, interrupt their cast that they're doing, Void Bolt perhaps, can't remember the name, interrupt their cast, kill them as soon as possible, back to the boss. So in Heroic, the Void Lash that Zek'voz casts on the tanks it does reduce all healing taken by 50%, so that is gonna obviously have a big effect on the healing that you're doing to them. So they're probably going to be using their defensive cooldowns. Try and pop Iron Bark on them, Cenarian Ward, get all your heal over times up on both tanks just to protect them and stop them from dying. Then you've got the ads spawning again, so just as before, CC 2 of them, kill the other one along with the boss. Just watch out for other people getting hit by that Void Lash as well, because that is nasty. I've been hit with that myself and it just one-shot me. It is not good at all. So just watch out for as well the Titan Spark. You can see like sparks of gold shooting off from those wheels at the side. I don't know the names of them, but that just causes AoE damage to random raid people throughout the fight. So just Wild Growth, that's a good one. Efflorescence is usually something that should be used. I think I was not using it at this stage because it does take up a lot of mana. And then I've got the Rolling Deceit buff, a debuff. Where do I go? Where do I go? He's got one too. Oh my gosh, and then the Surging Darkness is coming. What will happen? Oh my goodness. Popped my bar skin just to reduce some of the damage. Get to the safe zones as soon as you can. Try not to walk into any of the clouds that people have dropped. It was a pretty good group. They did drop them around the edge. Wasn't too bad.
Haunt the boss.
I think it's the final phase that is the trickiest part of this fight, to be honest. Can get very messy towards the end. So just keep the tank's health up. That is the most important thing. Just make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do.
Haunt the boss.
There's not much else to go over really, other than this last phase. So what will happen in phase 3 is there will be a Orb of Corruption, I think it's called. So there will be an orb dropping from the sky. One player needs to stand in the area where it's about to drop, preferably somebody with good DPS. Once they've caught the orb, their damage will be increased by 100%, possibly more. Sorry, I can't remember, but a significantly increased damage buff. If a healer goes into it, I think the healing will be increased as well, but you really want to just get DPS to go in to catch the orb, and then the orb will just keep dropping. Players need to catch it anyway. If they don't catch it, it will cause raid wide damage when it lands. Once the buff expires from the person who caught the orb after 30 seconds, as you can see, they will get a swirly purple thing around them. You want to get away from the raid, not too far, but you want to get at least 6 yards away from people, otherwise it will fear all players around you, and it will fear them for 6 seconds, and that could mean somebody runs into one of the clouds, spawns an ad. It can go really wrong, so just try and stay away from them. You want to interrupt whoever's mind controlled as well. Sorry, so once the buff wears off, they will get mind controlled, so they'll be attacking the group. You want to kill the players that are mind controlled until they die. It's not like in normal, you know, half health, then they're fine. That you have to kill them until they die. And that's it really. Thank you for watching again, and be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one for Zul, who is probably my absolute favourite boss in this raid. I absolutely love it. I shall see you then. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.